Hello YouTube, this is William. Hope you can hear me over the air conditioning, but it's still summer here in Texas. It's not as hot as it's been, but it's still a little warm. Thought I would do something fun this morning. It's Sunday, and so I want to I need to take care of some things that I've been putting off, and so anyway, just got some contact cement here. Contact cement. You see that? Okay. Just a little brush from Lowe's, and in my little pocket pouch. And if you haven't seen what's in here, then you can. I'll put a link at the end of this video. But I've got a new DMT blue, and I don't know what the microns are. Don't care. I like the blue. All right. So I mean, all that other stuff, it's immaterial. All right. Okay. So I've said many times that I like the blue sharpening, and that I clean the edge after I sharpen with a leather, just a clean piece of leather for my bushcraft knives and general purpose knives. Okay. I like a toothy edge. So it's the blue, and then I just clean the edge with a piece of leather. So to make this convenient, in my little pouch, I'm going to glue a piece of leather on the back of this. Okay? It's very simple. Just take you a piece of leather, and you can get this leather at Hobby Lobby, or you even order it off of Amazon or wherever it's convenient for you. And it's just little, this is I think it's 3 ounce leather. Well, it doesn't say, but it looks like 3 ounce leather to me. Now I need to find my deal again. Oh, I lost it. Okay, and just cut it out. If you want to cut it oversized, that's fine. If you use a some sort of buffing compound, then you want to put the flesh side up. I'm sorry. You want to put the shiny side up, the rough side down, okay, so you can get the buffing compound on there. I don't, for now my wood crafting knives, I do like a polished edge, okay, so different tasks requires different edges, in my opinion. Okay, so I'm gonna, for this one though, it's gonna be for general purpose, so I'm not going to use a buffing compound on this. I want the flesh side, which is the side that was attached to the cow, up, so it has a little bit of rougher edge. And I like 3 ounce leather for such as this, because it's thin for one reason. I want to keep it just as thin as I possibly can, and also the thicker the leather, the more cushion it has, and it wants to tend to give it a convex edge if you strop a lot, especially with buffing compounds. So I don't want a convex edge. I want to keep that flat grind there. So I'm going to use very thin leather on a hard backing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put contact cement on this side, and I'm going to rough this up a little bit so it'll take the cement and put it on this side. Okay, and just take the spine of my knife and just rough that up a little bit. Take some cement, put a little bit on there, and you follow the directions that's on your contact cement. But on this one, it recommends to put a thin coat on both products. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, let that set for a moment. and you'll see it start going opaque or clear. Just press it down for a few minutes on a flat surface with the leather down on the flat surface. Just press it. Then there you go. You can take your knife and you can do the trimming. There you got a full sharpening system on your little DMT. And you can get the DMT on Amazon. Just do a search on Amazon. Blue DMT. This is the small one. I think it's 1 inch by 3 inches or something like that. All right. So I keep that in my little kit, my little pocket kit. All right. Now for my wood carving kit, and this is the leather pouch that I got from a leather crafter several years ago. Okay. And if you want one, I don't even think he's in business anymore. I haven't seen him in a while on Facebook or anything. But if he watches this video, then he can make a comment below if he's still doing these or not. But if not, then of course I'm sure Randy at Stitch Gear Outfitters could fix you up, because he's seen this, he knows what it is. And just, I don't know, this is just a little hand hatchet, carving hatchet that I got off of Etsy a couple, 3 years ago. It was handmade in somewhere over near Russia. I'm not really sure. Phenomenal little hatchet. I mean, it's not gonna, it'll do little kindling and stuff like that, but that's not what it's made for. It's a carving hatchet. Great with spoons. I need to do a video on that. And then it's got my handy dandy carving on there. That's supposed to be a feather. It looks more like a pine tree. But anyway, and got my logo on there. Okay, anyway. This little leather, I love this little leather pouch. And one day I'll go through all the contents on this. But it has this little flap here, and I keep some sharpening stuff in there. This is just a strop that I got loaded with buffing compound, but I went the wrong way. I got tired, so and I need to replace this. So I'm gonna do the same thing I did with that, and you just peel it off. This is a paint stick. You get these at Lowe's or any hardware store, and just put you a piece of leather on there. So I need to do that. But what I wanted to show you was I have this ceramic rod, and that's handy for doing spoon knives, so you can get in there and get those done. But I needed a round strop. You can use the edge, and I have used the edge of this, but it's not ideal. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to put just a little piece of leather. I don't want to take up the whole thing. I want to put a little piece of leather on here so I can load it up with compound and do spoon knives. Okay. So I've got the flat one to do the flat knives, like the carving knives and the green knives and stuff like that, Sloyd knives. But for the spoon knives, like so, I wanted a round one. Okay. So anyway. And if you use ceramic rods and they get slick, what I found that helps is to use some sandpaper, and I always keep some sandpaper in here with some Band-Aids. Gotta have your Band-Aids. And this is some mineral oil. I just got it in the tube there. This is the buffing compound that I have used, and it comes with a lot of the flex tools. But I'm going to this. This is the DMT paste. Okay? DIA paste, and it's the yellow. It's $3P, whatever that means. Okay? And just a little dot will do it, and you just smooth it on there. And I find that works best. Okay? And one other tip, if you find that your strop is getting too loaded and it won't take any more, then a little tip is to get you some coarse sandpaper like 80 grit or something, and just sand it. And you'll sand all that compound and stuff off of it, and it'll get back to the leather surface. Then you can start reloading it, okay? So really the only time that you have to replace the leather is if you cut it like an idiot like I did. Anyway, so, but yeah, and now that's ready to load again, okay? All right, another little tip, all right. Okay, so what I want to do is the ceramic rod that's getting a little slick, so I'm gonna just kind of twist it up. You want some coarse grains on there. You don't want it polished. So you want to leave it a little coarse, so it'll take a little bit of metal off, like so. And you probably want to take some alcohol or something and clean it up a little bit before we try to glue. And I want probably about that much of it in leather, so a little less than half. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and just square me off a piece. Like so, and that's probably 1.25 inches, and it's going to be longer than what I need. So I want to make sure that the edges are square. And I'm going to wrap it around. Like so, okay? You see that? That's how I'm going to wrap it around it. All right. So right now I want to put some glue on there, and I want the flash side out this time because it's going to be compound. I'm going to put compound on it. And that's the best place to put but at least you can kind of see what I'm doing here. All right. Okay. I want to make sure I cover enough area that's going to go all the way around the ceramic rod. Okay. Now we're going to let that set for a little bit. Let it glue on the table. And again, you can get that leather at Hobby Lobby or just about anywhere that Amazon is a good place that I get stuff. I know. I mean, but every major corporation in the world is on the New World Order and all this other stuff, so they're all bad, folks. They're all bad. So use them to get what you need, all right? If it's not a mom and pop shop like this, they're in on it, all right? Okay. All right, so I'm going to take it and just wrap and I'm going to mark where it comes together. See where it comes together? Just going to kind of mark it on both sides. see if I can't get this to kind of see it. And if they don't meet, that's fine. I mean, see, like so. All right, now I'm going to take some clamps and clamp it up. Like so. All right, and we're gonna let it dry there for a moment. Because once we let it dry, I need to do a cover for that too. We'll do that one day. I'm gonna go ahead and replace the leather on this. And just take whatever you got. Let's try it. So, take a bit of coarse sandpaper, stuff it up a little bit. And you know, and you can on this dowel, you can skiv the leather to where it has on both sides so that it overlays and it's flat and it's all pretty and everything. But I mean, it's going to be replaced at some point, so I didn't see a point in that. It's not like it's heirloom quality leather like you get at stitchgear.com. Yeah. All right. Put some in this. Let that sit for a moment. Make sure it's pressed firmly. I think that may be dry enough. And what you want to do is you want to just kind of trim the edges. You can see that. Like so. there you have it. Knife was cutting the plastic. It's alright. Right, now you have a little strop. Now, people say they see me doing this, oh, I cut my fingers. Well, I did too for a few times, and then I learned not to do that. But I mean, it's just a matter of what you get used to. Watch what you're doing. Slow down if you have to. But if you do it as much as I have, it's just kind of second nature. If you do a task long enough, then you tend to get better at it. Okay. There you have it. Now you got a sharpening, and I very seldom use the DMT. Most of the time I use the RST that I do, and that keeps it honed up. Or you can use one of those Victorinox little mini sharpening steels that I talk about. But that is if I was to hit a rock or something and get a chip in it, then I want to take it back out. Then that is just to polish the edge up just a little bit. If you're working like cleaning game or something at the edge, you lose the edge just a little bit, and just a few strops on the leather, clean leather, then it'll put it right back. Okay, and we're gonna put that right back in my little pocket kit there. Handiest thing I ever did was put that together. All right. Okay, goes back in my pocket. Let that dry a little longer. There you have it. All right. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this paste and we're going to load this up a little bit. And it's just a little bit right there. And it only takes just a drop of it. Like so. My hands are slick. Oh man, that'll hurt you. That'll hurt you right there. Use it, take it. We got a piece of wood in here. Got a piece of hard rock maple. Just kind of clean it. That. And that's, like I say, that's hard rock maple right there. That does the trick. All right. So now you have a ceramic rod. If you wait too long to touch it up, and if you keep on top of it, all you ever have to do is just use that leather part. And depending on skill level, one tip on using a strop is you don't want to roll the knife. Now this is convex, so what you want to do is you just want to find that convex edge, and you'll be able to see it. See how the discoloration is? Like so. Then on the back side, I'm just polishing the back side of it just a little bit. And it's flat. You do the whole thing. On this grind, this is, I think it's a pine Pine Lodge or Pine Knot Forge or something like that. It's a great tool. You have to put your own handle on it. They just send you the blade. That's all right. So even with knives, and I'll show you how to do a knife. When you're stropping a knife, what you want to do is put the knife down, find the bevel, don't roll it. If you roll it, then you're going to take the edge back off. Okay, all the way across, pick it up. All the way across, pick it up. All the way across, pick it up. Do the same thing on the other side. Just like so. Never roll it, okay? Now if you have a convex edge, again, just find the convex edge, because leather is gonna, just get a thick piece of leather if you have a convex edge. The natural cushion of the leather will keep that convex on there, okay? But again, I prefer a V grind, so I don't want a convex edge on it if I can help it. Oh man, that's sharp. It's sharp. And polished edges, just talk about a polished edge right quick. A polished edge is great for carving because it cuts immediately when you push it into wood, okay? The problem with polished edges is there's nothing to protect that edge. It's just all edge. It's all sharp. So what happens is it will dull faster than a toothy edge or a coarse edge, because just kind of explain the physics of that. A toothy edge is like a microscopic saw. It has jagged edges all the way along it. Now I'm not talking about a saw, I'm talking about microscopic. You have to get a microscope to see those. And the reason it lasts longer is as one tooth is worn away, it has another one to take its place further up the blade. So it lasts longer. But the issue with it is you have to drag it across the material. You can't, it doesn't cut well pushing. You have to actually have a slicing motion with that. But it does last longer than a polished edge. And I've got videos on that going back years ago showing and demonstrating that, okay? But like I said, different tasks require different edges. And a polished edge in wood carving is better than a coarse edge, okay? But in general purpose knives, field craft, game prep, things like that, I prefer a coarser edge, okay, because it does last longer. All right, okay. I hope you got some benefits and tips out of this. Just wanted to put this out there and let you guys have some tips and tricks, and enjoy your Sunday. Get in the backyard, whittle on a stick. Be sure to take a child with you, get the opportunity, pass on that knowledge. And we'll catch you guys again very soon. Have a good one.